with this pandemic going on and with people staying home, is there a dire concern right now when it comes to donating blood?
Right now, thanks to the generosity of donors who have come out and really answered the call for blood donations, the Red Cross isn't able to meet immediate hospital needs. But what we want to remind people is that, first of all, there's no end date in sight for this crisis. I mean, this is something that's going to be going on, we're not even sure in Massachusetts. I mean, we might not even be hitting the peak until next week. So this is something that's going to be around for a long time. We're asking donors who are interested in donating blood and are able to do so to make an appointment to donate, even if that appointment is mid-April or a couple weeks from now or even next month, just to make sure that there's constantly a steady stream of blood donors, of healthy, eligible blood donors for hospital patients who need it.
Do you have a campaign currently going on to mobilize your efforts in order to get blood and make sure there is a robust supply given this crisis that's occurring?
Yes, it's been, I'm always so impressed with the people that I work alongside, but never more than in the last few weeks where they've seen just a wave of cancellations as these sites shut down. I mean, to put it in perspective, 80% of the blood drives that the Red Cross hosts are at sites like schools and churches and college campuses where those buildings have been closed to the public. So it means our crew have had to scramble to, as a blood drive cancels, to find a new location so that we were constantly being able to collect. And the other thing that I'm always impressed by, and I feel like it's really worth saying, is how much people in Massachusetts, and I think everywhere, I don't think we're a good state, but I don't think it's just limited to Massachusetts. They hear that there's a need and they come out in force. And it's really a beautiful thing to see that in this time of uncertainty where, we don't know a lot of anything about this pandemic and what it's going to mean for life in the future, to see people really just heed that call and come out is a beautiful thing.
Absolutely, and it's good. And people do. You always see the best in people during times like this. Is there something that you are short on as far as your supplies right now, whether it be a certain blood type or platelets, whatever you're looking for?
You said the magic word, platelets. If for viewers who don't know, a platelet donation is a different kind of donation where it's a product that's in blood is very specific. Platelets in particular have only a 5-day shelf life, so they are constantly in need. That 5-day clock starts ticking from the moment they're given from a patient or a donor. So, we have to get them processed and tested out to hospitals right away. So platelets are always in need. When we start to think about, what's used most in a shortage, type O negative is the universal donor. So that's the type of blood that hospitals request the most, because in an emergency situation, when there's just not time to test a patient's blood, they're going to get type O negative because they know that the body can handle it. But again, all blood types are constantly needed, and you don't even need to know what your blood type is to donate.
I saw some blood drives going on, or they were at least scheduled about 3 or 4 weeks ago in Burlington, Lexington, and Arlington. There were a few, and they were all canceled. So where are the locations around Arlington in particular, where if someone is interested in donating blood, they can give you a call and say, hey, I want to help out?
Well, and what I would say is normally when I would come to an interview like this, I would say, here's a list and come to this one and this one. But
right.
Because it's still pretty fluid, I would just encourage everyone to use either the website, redcrossblood.org, or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to get the most up-to-date list of the drives that are still happening. And again, you can make your appointment right through there. So it both on the phone and on the web, or on the blood donor app too. That's what I use. But that way, it just helps us, we can put out what's out there and what's there, so that you're not accidentally trying to make an appointment for a drive that we know ultimately is going to have to come off the calendar.
I hear you. That bears repeating. Can you please give us your website again, because we'll have that on the screen as well? Absolutely.
It's redcrossblood.org, and you can also get there through redcross.org. The phone number is 1-800-RED-CROSS. And our blood donor app is free. If you go to the App Store, Google Play, just search Red Cross Blood Donor app and it'll come down.